It was a typical first scrimmage. I thought we played a little slow. I thought we played a little timid. Spring a lot of times was back and forth. Last Tuesday I thought the offense won the day. On Thursday defense was dominant, and then on Saturday scrimmage I thought the first 20 plays I thought defense had played well. Then the offense kind of started pushing back, and the next 25 plays it was all offense, and then second half it kind of balanced back out. We're trying to not only learn what we're doing, but also trying to learn to sort of fight back when things aren't going well and how to respond to adversity. So it was a good learning experience for all those things.
Manny, you told somebody that maybe on the radio that the defense still lacks the mental toughness to win this fall. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, I think that's what we're talking about. In a spring practice, there's normally you want a healthy back and forth. But you don't want to be so dramatic where when one side pushes, the other side doesn't resist. And that's what we're trying to learn to do, is that we play in a very competitive league. We expect to play in very competitive games. We showed them the other day. Coach Rick showed the team that the ACC has the highest percentage of games decided by 7 points or less in all of college football. So we have to expect to be in tight games. So we have to be able to, expect that the teams are going to go on runs. They're going to battle back. They're going to make plays, and you've got to be able to stand up and make a stand when things aren't going well.
The other thing is Shaq Quarterman. I think he started maybe in the scrimmage. How's he doing, and how are the other young linebackers, the early enrollees, doing?
All three of those linebackers have really adapted well. They're all very mature individuals. They're all really good learners. You can tell that they were all very well coached in high school. So they have been, more than anything, they've been unfazed of being stepping onto this field. And then you can also see that they have no burden of the past. I mean, everything to them is they're undefeated, and they're excited to see what being a Miami Hurricane is all about.
One more thing. Do you think it helps them? I think maybe that's what you're saying a little bit, that you're the first coaching staff they've had.
In some ways, I think there's always an unlearning process, and a lot of things aren't all that different, but it may just be a different way you describe how to do something. So certainly when you do come in with a blank slate, I think in some ways that you don't have to unlearn as much, so that might help them out a little bit.
Coach, coming off the scrimmage, defensive line in particular, who elevated themselves, moved up, second team, moved up to first team, if anybody?
Really, with the way we're handling the defensive line right now, all those guys are really kind of mixing in with the first and second team groups. A, because that's probably how we're going to have to be in the fall, and then B, at this point, we don't want anyone to think that they've figured it out and that they've arrived. So, with the inside guys, we really feel like coming out of the scrimmage, we had 5 guys that are not all that separate from each other. Now, is that a good thing? Now, at what level are they at? But I know that we feel good about having 5 that we can rotate and play with depth, and I think that's going to define us a little bit in the fall.
Manny, ideally, would you like more than that to rotate, and you rotated any other positions besides the interior guys?
No, I think no. The whole defensive front 4 is going to have to rotate for sure. I'd prefer to have it at linebacker. I'd really love to be able to play 6 linebackers. For sure, you have to play 8 defensive linemen to survive. Sometimes I try to equate this defense to like it's a full court press in basketball, and you can't full court press and play 5 people. You'll rest. So the defensive line being able to have, at a minimum 4 ends and 4 tackles that you feel good about playing, to me is a necessity to be a good defense in this day and age with the tempo offense.
And in the secondary, though, you maybe can lock in a little bit more.
Well,
you still need depth, obviously.
When you make a mistake at nose guard, it might be a first down. When you make a mistake at safety, it's a touchdown. So I would say the line to step across the field to play in the secondary, it might be a little bit different to what it is to be a guy up front.
Manny, I'm sorry I jumped in a little late with grabbing the guys, and I'm sure you've touched on them. The 3 linebackers, the freshmen,
right.
Just what have you seen from that group and the impact they've made already?
They're all mature but beyond their years. They've come in and have not been daunted by being on the field with guys 3-4 years older than them. When you imagine they should all be in English 12 right now, reading The Great Gatsby or something. They're all very well coached in high school. You can see that because of just some fundamentals that they've come in with has really helped them in the transition. And then they're all physically. Again, the previous staff did a great job of signing all those guys. They're all physically what you want at linebacker. They can all run, hit. They all show really good toughness. So it is a major blessing for our program. Not only that they're here, but they enrolled early, so they can get these 15 days and be a factor for us in the fall.
So you're midway through now. Do you feel like you're seeing progress?
Last question.
Yeah, we are. There's no doubt. Our guys are improving. Our guys are getting better. They're thinking less in terms of the defense. The installation is pretty much past us now. So now it's just repetition. And what we have to do is make ourselves functional so that when they work on it in the summertime, when we as coaches can't be there, that they have enough knowledge of the defense to be able to correct their own mistakes when they go players on players in the summertime. Thank you all very much.
Thanks, Coach.